No, I forgot to click a button. There we go. Thank you very much. How are you again? I can't believe I forgot to click that one button. So, yeah. Anyway, getting back to this. And Nocturnal didn't even hear me say hello back. Hello, Nocturnal. I'm finally got my voice back. Alright, cool. So, what we want to do is we want to actually tick these, and when we hit save changes, currently nothing's happening. We want to set that up. So that way the back end will grab this data. Now, what we could potentially do is we could look at existing code and see if we can just use that. If that works perfectly fine, then what we could do is just utilize that existing code instead of having to rewrite the wheel. So what we want to do, first things first, let's close this. Let's close the welcome. Let's open up our URLs. So we go to the near beach, we go to the URLs, and we're going to object data. And what we want to do is we want to have a look at the add link. So if we could hijack this, that would be great. So we actually want to go to here. So we just go to the definition. Now straight away, we need to check the destination. So we'll check the destination, and we want to check this object array. So we do actually have change task in here. So this is not going to reject what we're going to do. So this particular task, this particular decorator, what it does is it has a list of different objects that it allows. And if that isn't in that object array, it will return a permission denied. Otherwise, it'll just return the function as normal. So what we want to do, object data, have a look in here. So we've got an add link. Now the other thing which I want to check here is the add object link form. So this is just a simple form. So we've got project, requirement item, task, and object relation. So what we would probably do here is we would need change task in here too. This is assuming we're using the object assignment table, unless we actually build up our own table, which we could easily build up our own table. So what we want to do is we'll have a look at this. And hey, how are you, Nocturnal? I hope you're going well. I forgot to click one button before, so I was in silent mode. I'm doing good. Long weekend's pretty much wrapping up now, so I'm back to work tomorrow. And yeah, fixing up a few things that I did for work. So yeah. All right. As for the object relation, all right. So I could put the change task in here, and that will work perfectly fine. And then what will actually happen is we'll go through this whole entire process, which we've already built out and utilized. So it won't be too hard to actually add it in here. Good, yeah, I'm back to work tomorrow as well, yeah. It's a sad life, I know. It's like one of those things where I wish it was one more day. I swear to you, when I was working at the university, it was 5 days to get off. But well, doesn't matter. I couldn't be bothered taking any time off for Easter anyway, so saving up my leave for when I want to use it in a big giant hit. Okay, so I think we could potentially use this. I'm just trying to think. The benefits of using this instead of creating our own table and all that kind of stuff is that it is already written out the code. The code's already there. We won't have to worry about any of this other sort of stuff. We will need to put in our change tasks into here. and change tasks into here. And change task into here. But that won't be a problem. I think. Change tasks do have a status, change tasks do have a title, and that's for the relation dictionary, which we won't need to change, and we do actually have an object. So let's go over here. Let's open up our beekeeper, and it opens up on the wrong screen. All right, and then we open up this, and what we want to do is we want to see if we've got change tasks already in here. So we want to go to Object Assignment. We want to view the data. We might as well view the structure too. I'm just going to, I can't order by name. So we've got the meta stuff, which is all handy. We've got the change task ID, so we can use this. And hello, Sandy. How are you? I hope you're going well. Yes, we will be using a bit of Python today, so I need to write up the back end, just so that I can send data to it. So yeah. So it looks like we do actually have the change task ID in here. So I do believe we can reuse this. We just need to edit a few things. So we just need to edit the form. And what I'm going to do, change task equals forms dot model multiple choice field, because there can be multiple. Query set will equal the change task objects dot all. We're not worried about filtering out any of the ones required. Equals false, because this can be blank. All right. So in here, what we want is change task, and then change task.objects, like so. We will need to actually add this in. So what line are we? 190. We scroll up all the way up to the top. We find our models. So we need change task, and then we go to 190. The object title. So I'm going to, do I want to do this in alphabetical order, don't I? Yeah, I do. Change task. This, so if we go over to our database, we actually look at the nearby change task. We have change task title. Object status, change task, that will be change task status, I do believe. Let's double check that. Change task status, yep. Like so. And then object type in, and then we loop through all of this. We want to actually put in change task in here because we've just added it in. And this should loop through everything. All right, so this should be a good node point. Endpoint for us. Yeah, because it's already set up and everything like that. We just need to send the data to the back end that matches this form data, which will just have the change task in it and the object relation in it, which we can nab how that's done elsewhere, but I do believe we're just looking at the value and sending that through. So let's have a look at the Vue.js side of things now. So we're just going to go to source, JavaScript. We've got the components. We have the change tasks. We've got, now this is the wizard. So we actually want to click on the wizards and new change task wizard. All right, going in here, what we have is check selected, filter box, filter blocking, get tasks. Where we don't actually have the submit in here. So I'm just going to scroll up to the template side of things, save changes, save links. I don't think we have got save links in here, but that's fine. Just add it in, save links. Boom. All right, so use set up form data. So this is as simple as const form data equals new form data, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the new link wizard, because it will be pretty similar stuff. So if we go down, what we want to do, add the form data like so, which we've just done. We loop through all of the links and stuff like that, and then we send to the back end. In fact, it's pretty much similar code. It's going to be similar enough. I think we're making 1 or 2 changes, so we'll just go through and just do this. So set up the local data, the forms data, yep, cool, done. We're going through all the link models to add in to the data to send. So the link model for each link. So I'm just double checking that we're using link model in here. Yep. Easy done. Data to send, it depends the object model to lowercase. This will change. This will definitely change because this is hard coded. This will be change task. Because in this version, it's only dealing with change tasks. We'll hard code it. That way we're not dealing with any more complexity by adding in those variables, stuff like that. Tells the backend the relationship we want. So object relation, double checking that that is still the field that we're using. No, it isn't. It's this one. So we just copy this and we just paste it in. Easy done. The next thing we want to use is Axios to send the data into the back end. So post, in this sort of case, we do want root URL. Object data, we don't need this. So this will be change task. We're just hard coding it because, and once again, this is just specifically for change tasks. We want to simplify this. The location ID we definitely need. That's going to be a variable. And then add link. All right, and then we send data to send. Then we get the response back. If we're not using the response, we don't need to do anything. So the data has been successfully saved. Time to update the requirement links, and then we admit the links up. Now that's one thing which we haven't taken care of. We haven't actually dealt with the upping that link data. And then object models null. All right. We have the data null. Might need to change that. I don't know why that is empty. Time to update the requirement links. The indentation is God bless. Yeah, I prefer the 4 spaces for a tab. The reason being is I find it hard when it's 2. And 3 just doesn't sound right. So, yeah. I can clearly tell this is on this line and so forth like that. And it's just a personal opinion. So. All right. Now, I want to double check this because I have a feeling I meant to send data upstream, not just an empty, data. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be response data that goes upstream. The object model. Now, I don't believe I'm using that anymore. So that will be link model, won't it? No. Just double checking what object model does in this sort of case. Object model, null. Let's find out where it is. Object, I'm not using it here. So we can delete this. And then click on the close button, a hack, but it should close the model. Yeah, this is just a hack. This is the laziest hack possible. So we just copy this. Oh wait, I didn't click on the close model. And thank you very much, Carlo. Pronouncing your name wrong, I'm terribly sorry. I keep saying the CH is a K. Cholo. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated, but you didn't need to. I should mention all edit revenue and all that kind of stuff, which the streaming does actually goes towards the project. So hopefully one day I'll have enough to hire someone to do the UI UX. So yes. And also, I don't think I've heard you say your name to me before. Or it's been a while. All right. I called someone else last stream. I forgot what their name was. But I thought it was a French word. So I've done it with the French pronunciation. They're like, yeah, you're way off. It's like, all right, yeah. Okay, so update link results. We're going to find out what that does in the other one first to see if that particular piece of code is required. If it isn't required, we will get rid of it. So here we're admitting blank upstream, and I don't know why. So yeah. As for this, yeah, if we follow what the other one does, we'll see what we'll do for this one. So yeah. First off, let's test the other one. So let's go to our local host. Let's just find a project. Let's open up our network tab. Type of stuff. Linked objects. So scroll down, create a new link. Let's pick a requirement. Let's go is blocked by. Click on that. Let's click on that. All right, so what we get back is we've got add link. And the request and the response is just success. All right. So we probably won't need this, is my thinking. The other thought is this triggers a re-download of the data, which does make sense. We do actually have this being hit afterwards, which re-gets all this data. So plausible. So what we want to do is actually trace this. So update link result. Let's search for this. And we're ignoring all the static. So we've got the change list task, so we'll ignore that one. The submodules, object links. This one looks like it because we've got the object links and then we've got the sub-object links. Actually, no, new link wizard. New link wizard, here we go. New link wizard. update link results. Let's find this. So link results. So it actually triggers updating that data. So we could potentially do something the same here. There might be a reason why we've done it like this. And I think I know why. I think it's because I was duplicating code and it was just easier to get this to re-download the data. So we can actually essentially copy this whole entire process, the method the same way. Because yeah, it's going to be 10 times easier. Later on, I might think of a better way to actually do it, so that way it sends back the data and I just update it. Yes, there's Toby Tripod and Amputee Amber as the little emojis there. All right, so going back to our change task wizard. So we'll keep this in because we'll get it to do the exact same thing. And we've got response data. We'll piss that off because we just want to send up an empty data. We'll piss response off from here. We'll also do that over here. It's not a good habit to actually have variables that aren't being used. So we'll get rid of that. All right, so this will be a new change task wizard. Let's go to our structure. So this is part of the modules down at the bottom. So this will be change task link list. All right. So we don't need this one anymore, but we'll keep it there just for reference at the moment. What we need to do is we need to A, get that on a new line. B, we need to go v on update link results equals, and then we're doing the same thing as this update link results, but I'm just double checking okay, cool. So we've already got update link results here. And we're just hitting that. The reason why we've got this already here is because when it mounts, we actually run that to get the data. So in a sense, we're not repeating code or anything like that. This is rather useful. We don't need this destination here. This will be just change task. So I'm just getting rid of this. The reason why I'm doing that is to actually simplify the code. In this sort of case, it won't be a variable. It's going to be hard coded no matter what as that value in this particular case, because this component is specifically for change tasks. It won't be used for any other tasks. All right. So hitting save, I'm realized that I haven't run my npm run watch. So we're just going to run that for a couple of seconds. Okay, so I'm just trying to think. Let's go through. Hey. We don't need to send down location ID or destination. That has compiled. This does take about 45 seconds to compile at times. I do apologize. So as we're going through this, just seeing what I've changed. New change task links. So yeah, with new link wizard, this will be hit now. Object model. Oh, this is new link wizard. Whoops. Let's just close that. Let's get rid of that. Make sure I don't change it. Okay, so what I've done is I've just copied and pasted in the save links that should now hit the back end and so forth like that. because we're reusing the code that we've tried and tested and so forth like that, it should, in theory, just work, but we'll quickly test it out. So we'll create a new link. Is currently blocking change task 10 and change task hello. So instantly got a 500 error. All right. Key error, change task. Internal functions line 81 in. Okay, let's go to internal functions. Oh, sorry. So back to Python. We've got our views, we've got our tools, we've got our internal functions, and we're going to 81. So this function is used to set the data against an object using the destination and location data param object, yada yada yada. All right, cool. Do you get to solve the Rubik's Cube during the stream, or is it just for fidgeting? A bit of both. I do have a rewards watching me solve the cube for 400 points, where I get you to pick the color and I'll solve it. It's extra funny when I have my green screen set up because half the colors just disappear. So the yellows and the greens definitely disappear, and sometimes the blues. So no one knows that I am actually solving the cube. All right, so we've got a problem where it hits this. So we are going to go, I'm going to neaten up this. I don't need forms anymore because it passed forms. I'm going to put down a breakpoint here. We're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to hit save changes. We're going to hit the breakpoint. What's that smelly cheese? Stinky cheese. Ah. I don't have the green screen on at the moment, so you can see all the colors. So yeah. I should also turn off the cat treat one just because Socks isn't here. So no one do the cat treat one just because you're gonna get Grumpy Ash. And she won't come up and be on the bed because it smells like socks. So yeah. She will attack me. You bastard. Okay, so we know the form is valid. We know the form will look like this. So if we expand it, we've got... Oh, this watch is just taking over all of this. So we got all our stuff in there. Got our base fields and all that kind of stuff. Cool, cool, cool. That should be fine. No. We all know Ash is a grumpy butt. Okay, so we're going through this. So I've put change tasks in here. So for object type, change task. Now the object type. Oh, in. All right, so it will do change task first. I've kept this in alphabet the same order as up here, just to be consistent. So for row, so we're getting the object type, which is a change task. Cool. And we're getting the single object. So the single object in itself, so object dictionary, and then object type will be change task. And then what we're doing is we're getting the data from it. So it should be PK row, and the row is 10. Okay, so if we go over here, so change task 10, and the next one will be 17. So that's making sense. And then here is probably where we're getting the problem. So we've got object type as change task, and we've got the single object, which will be that query. So with the object dictionary, it's object dictionary, so it's got an change task.objects. Yep. Get the ID. we're going to step into this. All right. Oh, no, we didn't need to step into it. It's this one that we set into. So set object destination. So we've got the submit object assignment. So we've got the destination is change task. The location is 18. 18 would be up here. This particular change task, not any of these two. And watch me solve a cube. All right. So you, oh, that's looking terrible as the colors go. Oh, it's not looking any better. All right, so I need to get darker cubes. I'm gonna try and fix this. In the meantime, pick a color. You've got blue, yellow, white, orange, red, or green. And I am going to play with this. I can't seem to all right. I'm gonna have to play around with that, but yeah, sorry, there's a lot of glare here. Let me just turn that down. That doesn't help it if I turn that off. You can't tell. There's yellow, there's white. So yeah. Anyway, pick a color. I need better lighting in here eventually. What color did you want me to? Blue? All right, cool. So the trick is the centerpiece is that faces color. So what I want to do is I want to line up everything so that way these just all go bang, 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 like so. There's your blue. And then from here, I just build everything back up. I need to actually put that in the right order to make this a little bit easier for me. I don't know why I'm making it so much harder. So I've got the two layers with the blue at the bottom, and then I just do the top layer. Actually, I lied, there was one missing piece in the two layers, but that's fine, I just fixed it up. And then what I wanted to do is just finish off the top. There we go. Now do a funky pattern. Oh, checkers. And now a dot in the middle. I don't know why my camera's doing that. Is that? Yeah, it's. That white is really shiny. Or it's. Wait, I don't have green. No, I don't have green screen still. Filters, chroma key. Is that looking better now? Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, let's get back to it. Screen display. So I will turn my lights back on. I will have to fix the lighting. Okay. So it's saying the change task 18, which is what we're on. So we've got the destination, change task, the object dictionary, with the primary location ID. All right, cool. So that worked. And then it didn't work. input into this models file. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to skip all the way down, and I'm actually going to put it after. I'm going to see if it hits that breakpoint. So I'm removing the breakpoint up here. Just double checking that this isn't screwing up somehow. All right, I'm just going to hit save change. I don't know why we've jumped into here. Let's go continue. And yeah, okay, cool. So if we go to object data, we are hitting this and something's going wrong. So what I want to do is I want to check this data to make sure it's correct, because this is saying exception value change task. So set object from destination. It's going down to here. So input object, so set attribute. Yeah, I think it's this one line. So, sorry, I'm just getting rid of my breakpoints and I forgot where I put that other breakpoint. But that's fine. Let's hit. Now this piece of code is new, but not too new. So this function is used to set data against an object using the destination and location data. So param input object, the object that we are setting the data for. All right, cool. The destination we're interested in. Location ID, the location we're interested in. Okay. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think it's this. Object dictionary. So scrolling up to the top, object dictionary doesn't have change task. So that's as simple as putting change task dot objects. Easy. And then we put change task up here, and I just realized I've put it in the wrong alphabetical order, so I'm just gonna go to it, and then save, and no one is the wiser. Okay, let's just hit play. I think that would error out. Yeah, that will error out because it's on the old one, but if we hit save and play, we're back here again. Let's undo that breakpoint. Let's hit play. We should now get 200. Okay, cool. So it's come back with a success. And then we've got the object linked list, and we've put those two into here now. So now they belong in here. I've noticed a bug. The status is just a simple number. So we've got to figure out why and how to change that, but that shouldn't be too hard to do. So what we want to do is first go into our view tools. Pray to server gods that today our view tools are working. Looks like they are. All right, we're gonna go change task. We've got our change task list. So we're clicking on this, and what we're doing is sending data down into our sub-object links. So you'll notice that there's two of them here. So if we click on one of them, we notice that there's a link list. We've got the relationship blocked, parent link change task, object ID 10, the object title Dance Dance the Revolution, and we've got the object status as 1. So we might need to go into our data and be like, all right, what's going on here? So one way to do that is, let's just refresh our page. Let's go to our network. Our object linked list is what we want. So if we've got this, we can see that we get that object status 1 from the back end. So we need to just go into our back end and edit that for our object link list. So an easy way to do this is if we go in here, object linked list. As part of this, we just go to its definition, and then we just start reading the code. So object assignment results. Sorry, I just. All right, object assignment results get our everything from object assignment. What we want to then is apply some filters for the destination and location, or destination is null, is false, and all that kind of fun stuff. Getting the meta stuff, which change task we'll have a lot of. Then separate each section into projects, task, requirements, requirement items, and meta. Okay, we might need to add in change tasks into here too. Oh god, we did this not that long ago. All right, I wonder if Nocturnal remembers this code. So we've got object structure and named tuple, not tuple. So we've got object structure, we've got object ID and all that kind of stuff. All right, cool. So we've got data point list, we've got project ID name, project ID, project task, and then we've got the meta object stuff. So we're actually only getting the meta object stuff. Which makes sense. Unless we, yeah, all right. Okay, I think I know what's happening here. I think I need two things. I need to actually key in because, for example, if I'm in here and this says currently blocking these guys, if I actually open those links in a new tab, so we're on change task 10 right now, we should have this going the other way, and that is still being meta. That is still working without, oh, it will work. It'll work because of this. I'll pull that data out, but I need to, oh, sorry. Oh. I'll need to test this out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a little breakpoint there, just to remind me what exactly is going on. So we've got our object structure. We're going through each of the data points. So there's project IDs, task IDs, requirement items IDs, and meta object. Now I should be putting in the change task ID into there too, which will make a lot of sense because we are dealing with change tasks in here. And I've just noticed, am I losing a lot of frames? Because my OBS is flashing red and then green. All right, hopefully my stream wasn't interrupted too much then. All right, go on stream. All right, getting back to this. So that's one object structure I should be adding in, so I shouldn't be just dealing with meta stuff. So we're going through all the data points. What data point am I on at the moment? Let's have a look. Project ID, we've probably got nothing to do with that. So we're going to hit enter, 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 and now we're on meta. Stream seems fine. It's not interrupted so far. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And hey, Steffi. Yeah, I don't know why it's still flashing red and green and stuff like that. So I don't know if OBS is going crazy or anything like that. All right. If I'm still here, I'm still here. All right. So this is data point task ID. correct? Oh, let's just step through it. So data point non-null field is going to be task. All right, cool. Let's just hit play because then we should hit the let's undo that. Let's hit play. Bang, here we are. Destination. Okay, is change if destination change task equals data point non-null field requirement continue. All right, cool. So it skips it on certain steps. So I won't need change task in here, I think, because it'll skip that. Okay, this is destination. Oh wait, data non-null field is requirement. Let's hit play. So requirement item now, and then meta object. Meta object, cool. So we step over, we've got data results extend. So we've got object assignment results dot filter. Oh, that's just adding to the data results. We've got data point null field. So that will be meta object is null is false. So it gets all our change task. So that's meta object. I feel like I need change task in here somewhere. That's fine. There's false. Okay, annotate F object status. So down here, data point object status is meta object status. Okay, so if we go over here, let's go to object assignment data, meta object status. That's new. All right. Let's refresh this. Refresh is down here. So we've got, okay, it's added it here as ones. So we're gonna have to fix it when the data's been saved. Okay, and then what will actually happen is any of this meta stuff will have to be updated when something else is updated. Yeah, I think I still need to actually do that. That's a big bug. That needs to be fixed. Okay. I think I've already got that in the in our bug tools. I've written a bug for that. Famous last words if I haven't. Yeah. All right. So what I need to do is I need to fix up the saving of this. That's fine. We can do that. Change task 10. Is there no change task links for this now? Oh, I haven't finished it. That's why. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna let that finish. So that worked. What we're doing, that feature doesn't work. All right, let's soft delete these. So what we want is deleted true, is deleted true, apply to, can only bind numbers and strings of what? Okay, no problem. We can fix this. All right. So what I want to do, the problem is that when we're saving this data, it saves the statuses as 1, which we don't want. We actually want it to save properly. So we want to save it as a proper status, for example. Let's actually reset everything and then write that in. a proper status. And then apply. Done. All right, so if we go to the change task now, we hit refresh, you'll notice a proper status will appear. Great news. Okay, cool. So, let's go back to our object data. I'm happy with this. The data point list, I don't think we will need that with change tasks in it, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt having it in, I think. Death has revolution, yeah. Alright, so going back to the add link. So we just got to scroll up. This is a very big file. This will eventually be broken down. So we've got add bug, we've got add customer, we've got add group, and we've got add link. So we've got change tasks and stuff like that. But when it comes to the status, okay. Submit object assignment, meta object title, meta object status, get single, object type. We need to, all right, we need to set the meta object. Okay, so submit object assignment, meta object row. Okay, cool, yep. Update the status and the title with the correct data. So submit object assignment. So we're setting the attribute of the object, submit object assignment with the field meta object title with what we've got. And then submit object assignment. Meta object status. And this is where we've got object status. So if we have a look at this, change task status. So if we actually go to change task, we'll view the data. So these are all our change tasks. We've got change task status in here. Which comes a problem. So give me a couple of seconds. What I want to do is I want to look at Near Beach project. Let's view the data. Let's go project status in here. So project status in here is a string. So we do have a small problem with your cam is lagging a bit, but your screen seems fine. Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably, yeah, that's definitely OBS telling me I don't have enough bandwidth at the moment. Drop frame, 7.1%, yeah, oof. It's okay. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it recovers. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, hope for the best. All right. So what the problem is, this is actually a string. So that's looking for a string. The change task stuff, but what we could do, because this is ORM, so if that particular status is actually connected to another table, we can nab that data. So we've got change task status, we'll have underscore, and then that particular field name. So we need to look at the models. So this isn't going to be too much of a problem for long. Now, models. So we've got change task. So here it is. So now we've just got to look for change task status. And it's, all right. It's, the choices are the same as this RFC status. Problem is, this is a, if we have a look up here, it's not a table. It's set in stone type of thing. All right, one way to fix this is we do make this a table. It gives us the ability to add a couple of flags onto this table and so forth like that. But this is actually annoying. The other alternative is, and this is probably the easier alternative at the moment, is to essentially copy this into Vue. We can change it into a dictionary and we can feed this data through easily. So that's probably going to be the easiest way to do it tonight, instead of breaking out a table and all that kind of stuff, which will take some time to actually do, because we need to get the table created. We then need to tell the field to look at that table and do all that kind of stuff, where we're overcomplicating this for one little tiny section where we've got an easy solution for that one particular section. So yeah, let's do this. Sorry, I'm just fidgeting with the cube again. Okay, so with the change, I'm just trying to remember this. This is the change task links. So change task link list. What we're doing is we're sending data down here. So link list result. And we're filtering by the row link relationship, parent link, destination, stuff like that. So it might be a bit harder than we think. I mean, I could map the data and all that kind of stuff, but that's adding, oh shoot. All right, am I back? Hello? Sorry, I just realized it went down to 0 KB. Am I back for you guys? I'm hoping I'm back. All right. Okay, I'm hoping I'm back. I'm going to assume I'm back. And I'm hoping for the best. This is really annoying. Right. Okay, whilst that's running, I am going to jump into here. So yeah, the problem is that I could map this. And that will probably be the better solution for the moment. And then I would have to think whether or not making restructuring the database tables around that would be a good idea or not. I would have to think about that. So I would need to think about the benefits and the cost it will have and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully not too much. So, how's the speed test? Yeah, it's okay. Is that uploads? That's uploads. All right, I don't know why. Okay, I am just gonna, if I switch internet, it's all gonna go to, yeah, all right, no problem. We'll hope for the best. Sorry, I'm just looking at that red thing. It goes red for a couple of seconds and goes to 0. Apparently I'm dropping frames like there's no tomorrow. Okay, I am going to switch internet. I might drop out, hopefully not. I'm going to wait for this. This is terribly sorry about this. I haven't had luck lately. Okay, waiting for my... All right. Hopefully I'm back. Let's see if that is... All right, cool. Looks like I'm back. Sorry, problems over here. Let's yes, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to actually talk to my internet service provider and be like, hey, this is actually becoming really annoying. You know? So, let's get back into this. Also, my chat. Oh, there we go. It's back. All right. So, the problem is these statuses are strings in the system. But for the change tasks, they're not. They're actually numbers. And the reason why they're numbers in the system is because it is easier to, because I use math to determine at what level they are and all that kind of stuff. So it's easier to do it like that. The problem is this linked list, that data's been sent down. Now, one clear way to do this is when I get the response data, I map it. And what I do is I convert that number into a string, which is very easy to do. Shouldn't take too long. And I think that will be the best way to do it. So I just need to create a translate method here. So translate, what's the easiest way to do it? Oh, and my music just stopped too, didn't it? Because, you know, we switch networks. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right, so just thinking of the best way to do this. So usually a lot of the times you would use a Python dictionary to do something like this, where you can key in a value and it pops out and so forth like that. Another way we could potentially do this in JavaScript with just an array. So, or we can use the switch statement. I'm just trying to think of the easiest way to do this. Easiest being easier for me to read later on in the future and anyone else in the future. So JavaScript dictionary. I mean, we could use an object. So for example, let's open up the console. Let's go A equals, and then we've got 1 Bob, and then 2 Harry. And then if we go A1, it'll come up like that. And then A2 Harry, but A0 undefined, which is what we want. So we'll set it up as a, like that. So data, what we want is we want translate status. And then we just go in here, we just copy this. We line it all up. And then we use our Control B and then we forget how to do the other command. Nocturnal, I will memorize it one day. All right, and then we should be happy with this because this will match the models. Then down here, what we want to do is we want to have a look at the data first. So we want to piss this off. We want to have a look in here. We want to click on the object linked list. So what we've got is something like this. I'm just copying this as reference. I didn't get to copy it. I think I copied it. Hopefully. And we want to map. We got a row. And I'm just pasting this in. Oh, I didn't copy the bastard. All right. So essentially, it's all the same. So what we want is let results equals row, because I can't mutate row. Oh, I just done this stupid, didn't I? Get results, mutate the object. In this sort of case, object status. Mutate the object status. So results dot object status equals, and then what we want is this dot translate status, and we just go row dot status, object status. All right. Return results. So we're just mutating that one particular field, so it's updated. Now, once that's compiled, this particular one, because it has this weird sort of status, will be undefined. That's fine. We're going to delete these rows anyway. So we're getting the data. Something didn't go right. Translate status is not a function. That's because it's got to be in square brackets. Wait a second. Hit refresh. So yeah, the first one's undefined. That's fine. We understand why that one's disappeared, but we've got draft. And that is the simplest way I can think of doing that at the moment without having to really break into the tables, break up the tables and all that kind of stuff. Because the problem is, if I play around with that table, it affects both the change task and the request for change, and multiple different functionalities already in the system around that particular field. So yeah, we definitely don't want to play around with that at all. Not at the moment. It is something I will have to think about to see if I should be playing around with it, because then what we could do is we can get rid of that and actually just state in the when it's getting the data, hey, no, you just dig into this table and the status isn't there, and then everyone's happy. So yes, at the moment, this is the easiest solution. Yeah, we won't have to worry about breaking up tables and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah. All right. So what I want to do is let's actually delete the Dance Dance Revolution one. Delete row. Apply. E replace is not a function. Are you okay? Oh, she's cleaning herself. She's making weird noises. He replaces not a function. Alright, we're just leaving it in. I'll be deleting this database soon and rebuilding it up very shortly. So let's go is block by. Let's tick in these guys. Let's go save purring. No, she's going. Are you using Nearbeach to manage Nearbeach development meanwhile too? Yes, yes I am. So I actually have a prod version of Nearbeach up and running, but it's on a very old version. When I say old version, I forgot what version. I think it's part of the 28 branch, but it's not the latest on the 28 branch. So I'm currently using this to help me manage this. I'm mainly using the Kanban boards. So you'll see me new features for Nearbeach. So you'll see that I've got quite a lot in here, which I'm currently doing. You'll see that quite a lot has been changed. So yes. The 0.30 branch is a massive change to both the database, to the models, and so forth like that, and just how everything's set up. Because after a while, I was like, oh, I really gotta fix this. I really gotta fix this. Gotta make this more. I ended up having to fix a lot of things. So essentially, I broke the databases. I scrapped quite a lot out of the database. So it's going to be a pain to upgrade. Yes, yes it is. I am going to be writing a few scripts to get this data from here into the new database structure. So luckily, stuff like projects, tasks, and those type of objects, I didn't really fiddle with that structure. It's the object assignments, the table names, and all that kind of stuff. So I could potentially go, all right, with the old table, it'd be like projects, shove everything into Nearbeach projects, and so forth like that. So I will be writing a blog post for anyone who needs to upgrade from the 0.28 branch. And I hope for the best. But in a development perspective, it is great that I've actually done this, and it needed to be done. So rather do it in an alpha thing, and that's why I'm going to a 0.30 is a thing now. That's also why I haven't done a release in such a long time. I mean, the last release was such a long time ago. Releases, where is my 88 tags, there we go. The last release was in January, so I've been working on this quite a lot, but I want the release of the 0.30 to be the stablest Nearbeach is, so when I'm building in new functionality for it, so for example the Gantt chart and all that kind of stuff, I don't have to worry. I'm cleaning up the code so that other people can jump in and help develop too. So yeah, it's going to be a big change. Let's just say that. There's UI UX changes. So for example, this whatever. That I can add in more stuff now. I can let's see if I've got a Kanban board here. I've got labels now, so you can actually you can say this is the highest thing just by a visual cue and stuff like that. I've added more space. I've added the ability to assign users to this. So for example, if I assign, I think I'm logged in as admin at the moment. So let's say I did that, go to the dashboard. There is now cards, so I can actually click on that and bring in this. So yeah, I needed to do all this to add in all this really useful functionality. Still need improvements on the UI and UX, but I'm all ears. So if anyone knows how to do some nice looking UI UX sort of stuff, please hit our Discord. So yeah. All right, getting back to task. So currently blocking. Okay, this looks really, really nice. Oh yeah, that's just because, yeah. So as you see, everything's still in draft. That's fine. Change tasks, copy the status of the request for change up until it is started, and then that's when you can start tasks and so forth like that. It's one of the more harder, complicated sort of functionalities in Near Beach. That's probably why I put it down for a little bit, and I really shouldn't have. I really should have polished up this section, because I think this is what makes Near Beach different from other sort of project management tools. I have the ability to go, all right, cool. This is a deployment thing. This is a deployment tool which you can use. When I say deployment tool, I mean, you know, you schedule when you're going to deploy stuff and who's responsible for what and so stuff like that. All right, so we'll go back. So more change tasks. So we've got this here. We can just create a simple link. Let's say there's nothing to block it by. Currently blocking, let's say arg. All right, and if we go into arg, we should be able to see that one in there. So it is blocked by, I forgot what number it was. Number 14. Yep, there it is. Okay. So the idea now is when we go to start this particular change task. So at the moment we don't have anything on here. Let's go submit for approval. All right, cool. So we're submitted for the approval. Let's go start RFC. You'll notice that we can just start every single task, so forth like that. So what we need to actually do is make sure those that are blocked or currently blocked can't be done. And we've got to figure out how we can do that from the data we've got, which is going to be a lot of fun. So let's go into our view tools. Let's find out how our data is structured. So we want run sheet. So RFC modules, not the risk. We want test plan, blackout plan, implement and date risks, users groups, change list. Change list should be expandable because we're actually using, oh no it isn't. This one is not. So if we have a look at the change list, we'll see just the usual sort of stuff. We need also a list of all the blocking and stuff like that, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm just wondering how we are going to do this efficiently. You okay, Ash? She's like, nah, I'm lying down here, making snoring noises and moaning and groaning. All right. So with the RFCs, so let's take these two items. They can start at the exact same time, which is fine. There's good reason why you'll have two items start at the same time. For example, you might actually need to back up the database and notify the stakeholders that you are making the changes or have started making the changes. So what we want to do is we want to, for every single one of these, is we want some data to come down and say whether or not we can start those particular tasks. And finally, Django got. Hello, Dokefish. How are you? I hope you're going well. We did a bit of Django just before. We modified one of our endpoints and added in the ability to pass change tasks through it. So, yes. We are currently trying to figure out what is the best solution to, let's say this particular task here, save more change tasks, is blocked by this one here. What we want to do is we want to figure out how we can get this start task to not appear and state that it is blocked. So yes, and do it in such an elegant way that, you know, later on when I'm looking at the code, it isn't a hot mess. That's very important. Okay, so what I could do is I could download something that goes with this change task list, and it gets all the blocked ones, and then actually have that information listed down here being like, oh, this task is blocked by this, this, and this, and so forth like that, until all those particular statuses are completed. I think that will be the best solution. And it shouldn't be too hard to do. You might need to modify an endpoint and then get it so that we then need to modify the front point to pass that data through. So what I want to do, let's have a look at network. Let's have a look at our object data. So we've got group list all, we need change task list. So we've got our change task list. So basically just all the change tasks. We could modify the back end to actually have two lists come through. The change task list with the blocked also. So we'll get all the blocked values. And yes. And pass them through and test them and so forth like that. Okay. I'm also wondering how we can get the blocked values. Shouldn't be too hard to do because we just need to get object data, and it'll be very specific just for change tasks. So object data and the metadata for those particular object datas. So if we have a look at object data, where are the URLs? Because the object link list, let's go to definition. Actually, that's the problem. It's the, oh no, change task list. Okay, so that must have its own specific view so we can edit that view. Hopefully that particular view isn't used for other objects like this one. So going back to what I was ranting about, we could easily pull out all the change tasks that are blocked and all that kind of stuff just by grabbing this data and then just sending it through that. And the good thing is we won't need any of this sort of structure. We'll actually make it specific. So what I want to do is go over here. This is change task list. So change task list. There's information. We've got RFC change task list. We're going to that definition. So, sorry, I'm just gonna do that a little bit. This is very simple. We're just getting a change task list. So this is the change task results. We've got the change task object filters, is deleted, anything for the request for change with the ID, and then order by the change task start date followed by the change start end date. So that's done at the database level and it's sent back. So what we could potentially do is now we've just got to filter for those particular change tasks for this particular RFC. Uh-oh, the stream is a bit laggy. I don't know what it is with my internet tonight. Is my voice going in and out? Or is it... Because I'm on my mobile phone at the moment. Yeah, I'm on my mobile phone. Yeah. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'm seeing what happened. Yep, a bit. The voice. Alright, cool. Someone must have driven into an ISP around here. Oh, God. Because usually if my landline is a bit screwy, then my mobile will be fine. But hey, something's gone really wrong here. Drop frames is a quarter. Oof. It's nearly 25%. Okay. I'm probably going to have to finish up early tonight. But what I'll do is I'll explain what I'm going to do, and then we'll probably raid someone. So yeah, sorry if this is I'm a bit disappointed that I can see the red right now. All right, cool. So what I want to do is I want to hijack this. I want to get a secondary data source in here. I probably will need the change task results from up here. So I need all those IDs. Then what I'll do under the object assignment, I will filter out those IDs along with any of the meta versions of them. I will attach it to this data here and send it back. In the meantime, let's find someone to raid. I'm terribly sorry. I did want to go to 10 o'clock tonight, but if this isn't going to work, this is not going to work. So the dev dad is doing Node.js, React, Native, and stuff like that. So let's raid him. I'll just put this on mute. So yes, thank you very much everyone for joining tonight. I am sorry about the quality of the stream. I'm gonna have to figure out what is going wrong. So yes, anyway, thank you very much everyone. I shall see you guys Wednesday. So yes, anyway, I do hope you enjoy the raid. Anyway, have a good night.
I did all the core features